Good evening or good afternoon. It depends on where you're at. If you're on the West Coast, it's almost afternoon, almost lunchtime. Uh, Welcome to Investigator News, and this is the Weather and Lifestyle News Show. If you're new, please subscribe. Where did my sandwich go? Yeah. Your dog ate it. The dog almost got my dinner. Oh boy, last night. Yeah. If you leave it unattended for a second and they're watching it, um, you know, some dogs, I've had dogs that they do okay. The one I've got right now thinks she's starving to death. I don't know what it is. Um, she will just chomp down on it like she's starving. So, all right. But yeah, Karen says hello and welcome to Investigators. Karen, boy, I got something to show you with earthquakes. Um, and so, anyway, the weather is now moving east. It looks like the snow is going to move into the northern part of the states. Well, let me show you the map. Here you go. And the rain. We didn't get no snow. I think we may have got a snowflake, and that was all it was. It went north of us. Well, it was looking like ice, and we don't want ice here. That's a definite. So, with it just moving north of us, I was like, okay, yeah, we're good with the ice moving north. Uh, so we're a few days away from my birthday, and I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet. I'm ready to celebrate. We um, we have friends of ours that we go out for dinner every year, and it's her birthday too. I think hers is the 23rd, but we always go out and we have a good time. We have dinner, and so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll dye my hair purple or something. Look purple. You know those women that dye their hair when they get old, and it's either a silver. Men don't do this. Men don't worry about it. They just throw Grecian formula on it. But women, we got a choice. We could go silver. We can go kind of platinum, a blue gray. We got all kinds of colors we could do. No, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Karen, what do you think? What are you going to do? Karen, are you going to do a blue silver when you get older, or what? I got lots of grays coming in. I'm getting old. All right, so I'm going to go on with the weather because we got lots to go over. The beard thing. I think this is just weird with this beard stuff. And, every time I see these Guinness records or I see these beard contests, I'm like, who does this? So today is your father's birthday. Oh, well, happy birthday to him. But you know what? Um, he's happy, Karen. Yeah, I know he's celebrating his birthday with those he loves. That's how I have to look at my mom and my son. Um, maybe he was there and it surprised him that uh, he got there so early, but I think he has a good time on his birthday, and it's all we can hope for. Um, well, you know what? Before I move into the weather, they had the impact statements with Daryl Brooks today. He was, if you guys don't know who Daryl Brooks is, he's the one that ran through the parade. And I feel it's safe to do it on this show. He was rolling his eyes and laughing uh, at some of as they cried. Um, and these are people that have lost their kids, lost their moms, lost their grandmas. Um, and he would roll his eyes and act like he didn't care. He just don't care. I'm having a hard time watching it. There's a lot of times I watch these trials and I can get through the impact statements pretty well, but not with the way this guy acts. He something's not right with him. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. His mom, he says his mom, his wife, and his daughter is supposed to do an impact statement for him later, I guess today. So anyway, I'm gonna move on. Let's pull the weather back up and let's get back into weather. All right, so here she, I think it is her. So here we go.
Here's a look at your national forecast. And well, we do have active weather across the country. To the west, you can't really see it, but you can feel it. Those Santa Ana winds are cranking up, and that is going to up the fire concern once again for today with high wind warnings. Now, as we move east, you can see that weather is hanging out to the east. It's a cold front, bringing a reinforcing shot of colder air to the majority of the country from the north to the south. But take a look at the snow and rain action that we're seeing. The snow up to the north, the rain down to the east, and that will be the case on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday, we continue to see that pattern of Santa Ana winds. So high wind warnings will be in effect once again. Very low relative humidity out here. So the fire danger continues through the middle of the week as well. High pressure moves in to the south by Wednesday. So no rain in the forecast. Still have those cooler temperatures, but that front, as it drags off to the east, will continue to make for rain and snow up through the Northeast Great Lakes. Will continue to have some snowfall accumulation.
So as you can see, it is a very, very cold in the snow moving in. And if you got temperatures that are going to freezing, please leave your faucets dripping. And another thing I do, no matter if they leak or not, I always put a blanket or a good sized towel in front of all my doors. You would not believe the difference it does make. Another one to do, because this is something a lot of people don't know with construction. When they build your kitchens and they put your sinks and counters in, sometimes they don't insulate underneath your sink. So the best thing to do is make sure the pipes don't have a hole in the back. Seal it up with maybe some duct tape, and then put a towel underneath your sink. You would not believe how much warmer it does make your house. All right, so Susan got snow, but I don't know how much. Oh, she's not in chat. I'm gonna have to get a hold of her. I was hoping she'd be in today. Getting set up for her being on our show on Thursday. I need to find out if she's going to be live or Memorex. Uh, so we're going to move on and we're going to look at the latest earthquakes. And Karen, you're going to be surprised with this. Um, this is very unusual. There is one down on the bird's head. Can you see it? And it's a good size one. This was a 5.2, and this is recent. Then one out in between a fault line in Australia, a South Australia 5.0. Um, so we have them all kind of spaced out. Now, what got me, I said, going up the East Coast? Well, I was surprised that it was up in Canada this time with a 3.0. I expected it right along the East Coast. We had one in Oklahoma, a 2.9. Then we had one down in Toya, Texas, a 2.7. And I know I'm in the middle of all the states. Um, then we had one over in Nevada, 2.5, and then one down on the fault line of Loma Linda, California. That's home of the Seventh day Adventist. I don't know if you guys know that. Uh, so a shout out to them. That's where I went with the Heritage Singers, was Loma Linda. And a lot of Seventh day Adventists live there. Um, Everybody says, so you're Seventh day Adventist? No, no. Um, I kind of switched to kind of to Presbyterian. Get this, I had a Catholic priest that told me that I grew up Catholic, and he said, when I was about 15, he said, we do a lot of beautiful ceremonies here, but in order for you to learn the Bible, because all the questions I asked, he said I had to move on and get out of the Catholic Church and go find a church that I could learn the Bible. Unusual for a priest, huh? All right, so we're going to move. Look at South America. Yesterday was nothing. Today it is just riddled with them. Ovel, Chile, 4.8. And they have three of them real close together. Cali, Gangsta, Argentina. That was a 4.2. And then we have one in Valparaiso, Chile, at 4.3. And then we go on up to Argentina, had a 4.3. And then we had Peru with a 4.7, all fours. But get this, when I looked at it with USGS, they were all about 4.5s this morning. Now they're all kind of spread out. So it was like they all had the same um, um, shake factor on their Richter scale of a 4.5. Now we get over into Fiji, where it got real quiet to 4.3. Um, and then we had, let's see, one down here on Macquarie Island, which I've never even heard about this one before. It was a 4.9. Then we had a bigger one in Indonesia, Ambon, 5.0. I want to look at this one over here in Iran, Bandar Abbas, Iran. It's not even, they didn't have it a weird color. So it's not an explosion. This is an actual earthquake on the fault line of a 4.6. Then way up in Turt, Mongolia. Um, so what I want to show you guys, check this out. Look at this. I want you guys to take a look at these earthquakes. I mean, this is just riddled. That is North and South America. Maybe I should have pointed up so you could see. Um, Looky here, right there. Let's stop it. Stop. Um, um, that's North America, folks. Look at all them earthquakes. It goes all the way down into South America. Even Hawaii had a bunch. And then, we swing it around and look at all that's up around the Arctics. Um, Karen, are you surprised at this? I know you watch Dutchson's, and he does show this a lot. And this just really shows. Look at how alive Africa is all along its borders, going into uh, Italy, and it's just amazing when I see this, that we know that the planet's alive when you see all of these earthquakes. Um, and this is everything from a 1 to a 6. Um, I tried to push it to a 7, but there wasn't no sevens. So this is 1 to 6s. And it just really does show you how alive the planet is. And the thing that gets me with this is we're not drilling. We are not drilling. So why is this happening? Uh, and I'm not big on earth. I'm not a real. I'm not as or volcanologist. I'm not a volcanologist. I'm not an earthquake person either. I just go on what I'm told. And when I look at this, I'm like, something's wrong here. We're not drilling, and we have stopped drilling. A lot of the chemtrails have slowed down, and even ecologists are saying we need to see what damage. This is the effect of damage. There's always a cause and the effect. Well, we know the cause was the drilling. The effect now is, how do we stop this? It's just getting worse. Um, and maybe it's a good thing that we are not drilling still, because what would be the effect if they kept drilling for natural gas? Now, I think we could go back with some of the good leases, and we could still do that, but don't drill into the sides of volcanoes. I think that's where we went wrong. Even though it had more of the gases, I think we went wrong on that one. All right, so I got Susan. What do you think of those earthquakes? And welcome, Susan. And Susan, we're going to find out if you want to go live with your picture, and if you have a camera, or if you're going to go by phone. I'll get a hold of you probably Thursday afternoon, and we'll decide, and I'll go over the stuff I'm going to have for the show. And that way you have an idea of what we're going to discuss. All right. So, so, my allergies, oh boy. Um, so I called the nurse this morning on my allergies, and because I'm just coughing, coughing, coughing. You guys know, I mean, I can't go very long without coughing. And so they're really concerned about my throat. I was a singer for a very long time, and it's gotten to where I can't sing. And I'm having a lot of throat issues. No cancer. Did the testing on that. No throat cancer. They just seem to think I have what they call singer's throat. And they're talking, they might give me some numbing stuff for my throat. Or, like I said, put a scope down my throat and take a look at it. So, oh boy. So you guys hang in there with me with my throat. I don't know what they're going to do. All right. So we're going to go on. So, uh, Jay Leno, I meant to tell you guys about this yesterday. Uh, Leno's steam powered car needed gasoline, is what they're saying. Now, folks, when you clean engine parts, you use gasoline normally. That's the best kind of cleaner. Well, we know he was hospitalized with burns to his face, and he is expected to recover. He now I'm hearing that one of the cars was a white steam car that when he was burned. Now, this is the car they keep showing. He's got a huge car collection. And so they say he's going to be fine. He says he was lucky that it didn't do his eyes or his hearing. It didn't affect that. But he did, side of his face did catch on fire. Um, so we're, prayers to him and his family. And he said he owns quite a few cars, but when does the gasoline come in? Steam engines are also known for external combustion engines because fuel is burned outside the cylinders that drive them. Now, I'm not big car buff, so I couldn't tell you. I just know that we clean a lot of the engines, and I know all of his engines are definitely taken care of. Um, so they say typically a boiler full of water is heated by the burner and home heat, like a home heating system. Um, so, um, the article really gets into the steam of it all and that the burners needs fuel to operate. So of course, while kerosene is often used, it sounds like he was using gasoline. So, um, all right, so he's going to be okay. They said he's at home resting, and as soon as he can, he'll probably be out to make a statement. Uh, um, boy, guess what is up for sale? It's the Christmas Story house in Ohio, listed for sale just in time for Christmas. Um, so you guys all remember the Christmas story, and of course, here's the house, and so it's up for sale. They said they're not sure why. And the picture I liked was the guy with the leg. Now you got to look at the leg lamp. Now, where do we find those? I want one. I like unique stuff like that. I might just have to go steal a mannequin leg and put a shade on it. Um, it's real easy to make a lamp. So it is definitely the house has been a museum and has operated since 2006, and it gets a lot of traffic. Everybody wants to see the Christmas Story house. Um, let's see if they got okay. Let's see how many. I don't know how many pictures it has, but I'm going to take you through some of them because it's got some great pictures. Um, they've had it redecorated. Oh boy, what I don't even know what that is. All right. So that's the inside. It looks like there's the bowling ball. There's the lamp. The simple house. You know what I liked is when the dogs took the turkey. That I think that's the best part of the whole movie. Is the dogs take the turkey and then they go to the Chinese restaurant and the waiter sing, deck the halls with balls of holly, and they rah 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 rah. Yeah, so we're coming up on having to watch A Christmas Story, but the house is up for sale. Um, so all right, so I know you guys are dying to find about this beard thing. The new record for the longest beard chain claimed in Wyoming. Um, Now, I know they do the beard contest on the longest beard, but now they're going for something better and bigger, which is a um, they basically are tying their beards together, and they created a 150-foot chain doubling the previous Guinness World Records. So I know you guys are dying. Look at these guys. Um, they have the beards chained together there, and so 150 feet, and they got the world's record for the longest beard chain. Oh boy. So the e-bikes. Uh, Guess what? They are blamed for 200. They said slightly. It's more like 260 something fires in New York City from the e-bikes. It's not just the cars anymore. It's the ease bikes too. Anything that is um, these EV bike or EV anything is catching on fire. Recalls, not many. Are they going to call? Guess what? They're not even going to call a recall on these bikes. So many people have them. They are catching on fire. What is it? It's lithium ion batteries can spark dangerous fires. That's the problem with these EVs. Um, and they're pushing them. They're pushing them hard. And, they're pushing everybody into uh, their way of electric. And what they don't understand is in order to have electric, you must have a sustainable back to it, which is coal or it's wood or it's gas. Um, and so not the bikes though. So these bike batteries have sparked nearly, they say nearly 200, but when I went and pulled up another article on it, it said over 260. Wow. It didn't say for how long either. It just said that since they've come out. So I believe I caught this without. There we go. Um, there we go. All right, so here we go.
In big cities, but their spread comes with an ominous consequence. Nearly 200 fires and 6 deaths in New York have been blamed on lithium ion batteries in e bikes and e scooters. One fire earlier this month in a Manhattan high rise injured more than 40 people, two critically. Rescuers had to use ropes to save one woman trapped in the fire, which started in an apartment with 5 e bikes inside, officials said. The batteries can catch fire if they become overheated or overcharged and if they are damaged or defective. The city's fire marshal said the batteries fail in an explosive way. It's like a blowtorch. New York City's council is considering several proposals to deal with the problem, including a ban on the sale of used batteries. The city's housing authority considered a ban on e bikes in its buildings, but has since backed off. And New York isn't the only place this is happening. E bike fires have been reported in Springfield, Massachusetts, and Bend, Oregon.
So there you go, folks. They're catching and they're saying that they're not going to allow used batteries to be sold. Well, no. And yet they still keep pushing EVs without fixing anything. They're just not going to sell used batteries. What was it? 6 deaths, 140 injuries. Really? Oh my goodness. I like that right there. Stupid is as stupid does. Thank you. Um, I go, yeah, pedal power. Now, why not have I was thinking little motors on the bikes, but those are gas powered, I believe. They're just so into that we are go green. What have they done with the Green New Deal, folks? Remember they signed it in? What have they done? What have they done to fix anything besides force everybody to go solar? So that's something we need to think about. We're going to pay for this great big Green New Deal infrastructure, and they haven't really put much into it to even let us to show us that it's moving forward. And some countries are even now starting to question that maybe it was just too soon. That's all I think it is. Don't think I'm anti. I'm just saying this was too soon to implement. We 2030 or 2040 would have been perfect, folks, because then I could have got a flying car. That's what I'm thinking. But no, um, if they would have done it, they would have had more time to put in these power stations along highways and in town to where everybody wasn't looking. We would have found out these cars had lithium ion issues that could have been fixed. We would have had what, at least 5 or 6 years to fix that and find a battery suitable. Um, this is, this is just a failure on the Democrats' part of pushing something way too soon. And I wish they would just pull it all back and let us have the oil back and then slowly work on this solar for the next 10 years, like the original plan. I don't know why they got in a hurry, but you could see it's just a failure. Okay. I don't want to say too much more on that because I'll start complaining. Um, um, oh boy, I'm trying to read this really quick. Um, um, so this is kind of a story of it's the band of brothers. It should be an inspiration. It says to all Americans. Um, this men of easy company led their nation in war and values that can inspire us. William, do you know anything about the band of brothers? And I know it was I just thought it was a catchphrase, but really there is a band of brothers, and they're all in their 90s. And one has quietly passed, they said, over Veterans Day weekend. And they said it's worth remembering what he stood for. Um, in the age where it becomes a commonplace to be obnoxious and decisive, the band of brothers set a standard for noble living during World War II. They battled opposition and courage and honor in post-war America. They modeled service to our country with excellence and dignity and unity. Um, so one of them has passed away. Now, the Band of Brothers formed at Camp Toccoa, Georgia, under the tough, controversial Captain Herbert Sobel. After training the stateside, the men rode the troop ship to Samaria to England for further battle preparation. They parachuted into Normandy on D-Day and later jumped into Holland for Operation Market Garden. They fought their way through Belgium, France, Germany, and survived overwhelming odds. And so they called themselves the Band of Brothers because it was so many that were very close and became very close friends. And they liberated concentration camp. They said they drank a victory toast in April of 1945. They said that was in the Alps. So the significant chronicle for their story was a book at one time. Now, Band of Brothers in 2001, Tom Hanks and Spielberg turned this book into an HBO miniseries. And I haven't seen it, but it's won many awards. So one of the gentlemen has passed away. So, all right. So Wendy's, well, guess what Wendy's is doing? They're doing a peppermint shake, folks. Go out and get you a peppermint shake. They says for a limited time. I always like the green mint shakes at McDonald's around this time. But now Wendy's, it said they're going to compete with McDonald's with their peppermint shake. Uh, all right, so boy, I might end up a little bit early today, but we're on to the funny list, and this is classified ads that you would possibly respond to. Now, free to get home, it says. A beautiful 6-month-old male kitten, orange and caramel and very playful. And but also right next to it, um, right next to it is the ad for the husband. The husband, 32 years old. He's personable. He's funny. He's got a good job, but doesn't like cats. Says he goes or the cat goes, and it leaves the number. Which one? You decide. Oh boy, how to find love. This is wanted. A tall, well built woman with a good reputation who can cook frog legs and appreciates good fuchsia garden, classical music, and taking without getting too serious. Please only read 3, and 6 on the lines. Okay. Um, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph outdoor nativity scene. No Mary, Joseph or Jesus, $100. Okay. Isn't this a movie? Wanted someone to go back in time with me. This is not a joke. This is from Oakville, California. You'll get paid after we get back. You must bring your own weapons. Safety not guaranteed. I've only done this once before. Oh boy. All right. Barking up the wrong tree. Yeah. Arati, Mr. Giggles. Good with children, well mannered. Champion bloodlines. House at leash trained. Great companion. Performs lots of tricks. 1200. What a what a picture to put up of a dog for wanted. Ah! Oh, yeah, he's good with kids. Yeah, look at them teeth. Why not do a loving picture with a kid? Roddy, Mr. Giggles. Oh, boy. How to accidentally become a legend. George Brownage. Um, let's see. Uh, to George Brownage and staff. Oh boy, um, I can't even see this. He's pleasing and he for pleasing women 15 times or pleasing 15 women for an entire day. Oh yeah. Oh boy, I guess he's wanted. I don't know. He's wanted, but they're congratulating him, and if you want him, I think he's single. Women. All right, a real party pooper, Super Bowl bowel. Oh, Super Bowl party, complimentary buffet. Well, these are actual ads. January 30th, drink specials and lots of giveaways. I don't know about that. I think they pronounced that one. I think it should have been Super Bowl, not bowels. Oh boy. Are you free from dinner? Zombie seeking brains, 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 and call. Yes, call. Oh yeah. Brains, brains, 62668. More brains. 1209. Oh, I'm ready to see 8675309. Yeah. All right, 8 days later, turkey for sale. Partially eaten, only 8 days old. Both drumsticks still intact. They want $23 for it. Yep, it's only been slobbered on once, folks. Yeah, and picked apart. Bad vibrations. Vibrator used twice. Great condition. $10. Ooh, waitress needed. Must be 18 years old with 20 years experience. Apply in person. Uh, couldn't care less. This is a 1972 jet boat, 18 foot with a trailer, 4,000. Moving, must sell. And they also have a potty chair, solid oak, light brown. It's stained. They only want $20 for it. What's the stain? What's the stain on it? I don't know. All right, to boldly go where no classified ad is gone before. For sale. Due to the down economy, I'm forced to sell my collection of Star Trek portraits in order to continue paving my World of Warcraft subscription. Each one is hand painted by myself. Oh, paint by numbers. Oh, yeah, that's great. If my mom picks up, ask for War Fock. Okay. Oh, boy. All right, the whole tooth and nothing but the tooth. One pair of hardly used dentures, only two teeth missing. They only want $100 for it. Anybody need some teeth? Only two missing. It's on. Hey, it's one pair and it's hardly been used. $100. Now I hope they fit. Oh boy. This spacious 1,500 square foot home with a large lot, family room. Oh boy, a huge DICK for entering, for entertaining and enjoying the views. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, central heat and air. I wonder what. Oh, deck. It should have been deck. Ooh, I bet that real estate agent's in trouble. Oh my goodness. All right, no buts about it. A pig. I saw you at Tiki Bob's. You grabbed my butt, and I told you if you did that again, I'd kill you. You did. I need your address. Oh boy, we talked for a while. I hope the guy reads the paper. Grin and Charrot. Chronically overweight. 6 p.m. Chronically overweight. Bring your own chair, and it's free. Okay, that was not so good. Mind games. Lost mine. Last seen before wife and kids. Okay. The theory of everything. Um, for sale by owner. Complete set of encyclopedias Britannica. 45 volumes. Excellent condition. No longer needed. Got married last weekend. Wife knows everything. I was expecting that. Pele or Pete? That's the question. Soccer ball signed by either Pele or the former Brazilian soccer player, widely known as the most expert and fans to be the finest player that ever existed by someone named Peter or Pele. Oh, yeah. Is it Peter or Pele? $75. Attack of the Killer Tomato. Tomato. We call them tomatoes here. I'm sorry. Tomato. Yeah, who cares? Will the person who got hit in the head with the tomato in the 1950s please contact this number? Huh. All right, stop horsing around. Pony for sale. Looks like small horse. Work for less. Boy, there's a lot of these. Tired of working for only $9.75 an hour? We offer profit sharing and flexible hours. We've starting pay $5 to $7 an hour. Remember, are you sick of making $9? Well, heck, they'll pay you $5, and then you won't complain. Have Viagra, need women. Okay. I guess that one choked me up. They need women, any women between 18 and 80. Oh boy. Well, let's not do the boobs for guns. All right, so that was it for that. Let's see if this is 15 announcements that were made. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull that out, pull me back up. Midair humor, it says. So if you don't know how to operate the seatbelt, you probably shouldn't be out in public unsupervised. These are announcements made on the planes. People, we're not picking out furniture here. Just find a seat and get in it. Yeah, how many people keep, they look for the best seat. And when there's only like the center seats left, you could tell they're looking at the people on either side going, do I want to sit next to that one? Yeah. So, yeah, just pick a seat and get in it. The next time you go, you get the insane urge to go blasting through the skies in a pressurized metal tube. Okay. We'll be turning down the cabin lights to enhance the appearance of your flight attendants. All right. There may be 50 ways to leave your lover, but there are only 4 ways to get out of this airplane. Sit down. Yeah. It says it's Fly, Mom, and Garfunkel. So if you're traveling with more than one small child, pick your favorite kid. Oh boy, these are actual announcements, mind you. Thank you, and remember, nobody loves you or your money more than Southwest Airlines. Your seat cushions can be used for flotation. Please paddle to shore and take them with our compliments. Yeah. Did they hand out paddles though? I don't think so. Um, Anything left behind will be distributed evenly amongst the flight attendants. Please do not leave children or your spouses. Lost and found. If we see, well, I guess, no, that wasn't lost and found. I guess that was called lost and found on that last one. If we see smoke coming from the lavatories, we'll assume you are on fire and we will put you out. Please be careful when opening bins because shift happens. Shift happens. In the event of that this flight becomes a cruise, we don't know what to tell you. Okay. He got rather bored of being a chef and decided to take up flying, complaining about the pilot. If you push the button above your head with the flight attendant, it does not turn us on. No. So give it up, men. Uh, it wasn't the airline's fault. It was the pilot's fault. It wasn't the flight attendant's fault. It was the asphalt. Ah, boy. So that is it, folks. Boy, it seemed like today went by pretty quick today. But, we went almost 45 minutes. So um, I want to thank you all for joining us today and come on back tomorrow for more lifestyle news. And happy Tuesday. Um, and let's see. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Well, this is a great show if you want to hear light news. Now, coming up in about 15 minutes, we do have world news. Got a little bit of news. It might be a short news day. Um, I don't want to talk about the election. I really don't. We've heard enough about it. So, with that, you guys, subscribe, hit the like button. We thank you very much for supporting us and watching our show. And definitely over in Facebook, hit your follow and your like. And please share with friends and family, and then the strangers in the line at the grocery store. We like hearing about that. All right, folks, we will see you in a few minutes, or we will see you tomorrow. And have a great Tuesday. And God bless.